Hello guys, it's JB Forex 24 and today I want to talk to you guys about support and resistance. Like you guys already know me, I always make it simple for you guys. So today we'll be dealing on support and resistance. I'll show you guys how to identify a valid support area, how to identify a valid resistance area, and how to jump into the trade using the support and resistance zone. So now the first thing you need to know is what is support. Supports are areas where price is likely to bounce off and start buying upward, which means there are historical areas that price has been buying from. So when price gets to this area, it taps into the zone and gives you a confirmation, which means you know that this price wants to start buying. Then you just jump into the trade and you start moving upward. Now, what is resistance? Resistance is also an area using the historical data shows that that area has experienced a selling pressure. So when price gets to that area, price tends to hit that area and start selling off. So guys, let's go down and show you guys practical example of what I'm talking about. So for instance, let's notify this as our support, as our resistance, and this as our support. Let me change the color for you guys. You guys don't know. So this should be, let me put it to be red and this to be green. This should be support. So this is what it means. It means that this area, the support area, has been an area where price has shown historical data that when price gets to this point, it tends to hit this area and started moving back to the opposite side, which means it tends to hit this area and started moving upward. That's what it means. So it means that there's a lot of reaction, a lot of buy orders on this area. That's why it's called a support. So it is the area where price tends to hit and bounce off back upward. While the resistance shows historical areas where price tends to reverse from with a selling pressure. Something like this, immediately price taps into it, it tends to push price downward. This is a resistance and this is support, guys. So now how do you identify a support and resistance? Guys, it's just simple. For you to identify a key level of support and a key level of resistance, you must try to use past historical data. What do I mean by this? What do I mean by this? Now you must check where are the areas the price has reversed from? Where are the areas of multiple rejections? Where are the areas that price has shown? Immediately it taps into the zone, it started moving down or it started moving up. These are key ideal knowledge for you to get before going for a support and resistance strategy. I bet you once you get the knowledge of support and resistance strategy, you'll be able to catch as many trades as you like, because support and resistance is the core of Forex, which means this is what traders of the 90s have been using before now. So let's dive in. So I can show you guys how to validate a good support and resistance area. So this is it. Like I said, I'll try to make it more clear without using big grammar for you guys. Just simple for you guys to understand it. So let's dive into it now. So let's say price has been rejecting this area. Price tap into this area, move up. Tap into the same area, move up. And tap into this area. So for you now, you should have that knowledge that whenever price reach this area, this particular area, there's always a reaction. There's always a reaction when price gets to this area. In that case, what you are trying to do as a knowledgeable trader, because we all are knowledgeable, as a knowledgeable trader, you want to now notify your brain that whenever price gets to this area, you want to start buying, because whenever price gets to this area, it will definitely push price upward. So you have to wait, and when price gets back to this area, trust me, you have to look for a confirmation, because trading is not always what you think it is. There's losses attached, but you must maximize your win also. So whenever price gets to this support area, you tend to look for your confirmation. Immediately you get your confirmation, then you can start buying off to the next resistance zone where price can start pushing back off. So now this is how it is now. I'm going to talk about confirmation in my next video. So if you want me to post how to get confirmation before entering a trade, please just like, subscribe and share so I can get more encouragement to do more videos for you guys. So this is how to get a good valid support area. It must have multiple areas of touches, rejections, that price have rejected upward, bounce off. That's it. These are historical data that can never lie. Guys, with your confirmation, it can never lie. Like I said, the next video I'm going to talk about how to validate a good support and resistance with confirmation before you enter. That's just it. So guys, you must have multiple rejections. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, and immediately price comes back next. You know that the price will definitely sell off at this area. So you want to use your initiative to find the confirmation you need. Then you enter for the trade and target the next resistance zone that might sell off price back down again. So this is out. So now let me show you guys how to validate a good resistance. The same way it must have historical push down, selling off price downward. So you have something like this. Price gets to the resistance, it starts selling down, push the price down, and immediately price gets to that same point, it still push price down. Immediately price gets to that point, it pushes price downward. This is how you notify that this area is a key level to sell from. A resistance is the area where you sell, a support is the area where you buy. So you buy at support. You buy at support and you sell at resistance. That's just it. You buy at support and you sell at resistance. So whenever price gets to your support area, you are all just want to think of let me buy. But before you buy, you have to get your confirmation. Like I said, in the next video, I'll be talking about how to get confirmation before entering the trade. That's just it. So whenever price gets your support area, you always want to think of buy. And whenever price gets your resistance, you just want to think of sell. But you must definitely look for confirmation before going into the trade. So this is it. So as you can see, for the resistance, you have a historical data that price has always rejected this level and selling price off. You understand? So when price gets to this area, you can see that there's always a rejection here. You have to now use your initiative and say, okay, if that's so, whenever price is coming back to this area, I must look for my confirmation to sell price. That's just what you want to do. So looking at this, you have to be patient because patience is profitability. When price then get back to this area, you look for your confirmation, either a M pattern confirmation, which shows you a reversal pattern, or a bearish engulfing. Then, like I said, I'll talk about that in the next video. Just subscribe, comment, and share. It will encourage me to do more. Then once you get your confirmation here, then you can see the price start selling off back to a good support area that might likely push price upward again. This is how to validate a good support and resistance area. So the next point you need to know before mapping out a good support and resistance area is you need to know that these areas should be a strong level that can hold price or that can resist price, either holding price upward, pushing price upward, or pushing price downward. So you have to know that you need a strong area, a strong zone that will be able to hold this price very well, not breaking it very easily. So how do you get that? You have to know that these time frames matter. Time frames matter. We have the daily time frame, we have the 4 hours time frame, we have the 1 hour, 30 minutes, which are all broken down into lower time frame and higher time frame. For mapping out a good support and resistance area, you have to know how to use the higher time frame, because the higher time frame tends to make these zones stronger. Trust me, the lower time frame zones are just noise. They tend to hold price weakly. But you see the higher time frame, yeah, they'll hold the price strongly. So what time frames do I recommend for you as higher time frame? You can start from the 1 hour, the 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and the daily time frame. For me, as you can see on my setup here, I just use the 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, and daily. But if you want to map out the quality quality resistance and support area, I bet you should use the daily and the 4 hours to map it out. If you are a day trader, you can use the 1 hour to map it out, then look for your confirmation in the lower time frame to enter for the trade. So this is the key. This is the key on mapping a valid key resistance and support area. You should map it from the higher time frame, either the daily or the 4 hours or the 1 hour. Any of these, you should map it from that area. Now, lastly, before we go into the chart to show you guys real life example of how to map out this support and resistance area, I want to add this also. You can also map out an impulsive move, an area that have caused an impulsive move, either pushing price upward or downward. You can also map it as a support or resistance, because if that area can be able to push price massively downward or upward, it can also push that same price when it returns back to that area. So let me give you an example like this. When an area like this pushes price downward in this format, trust me, this area can also be a good area of resistance because of this massive push downward. If this area can push price downward, then when price returns back upward in this context, when price returns back upward, tapping this area, it can also push price down again. So if you have a massive push of price, you can also map that area that caused that impulsive push, because if it can push price downward with that impulsive movement, then definitely when price comes back to that point, it can definitely push price downward or upward again, just like this. So this can serve as a resistance. This can serve as a resistance. This can serve as a resistance, and also this can serve as a support. Because of the impulsive move. Because of the impulsive move. Yeah, because of this impulsive move. So let me just put it down there so you guys can get what I'm talking about. So this impulsive move. Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to explain this in a simple way that you guys can understand. I'm not saying too much. So because of the way this area has pushed price downward with a large impulsive move, that same area can also cause an influence in price again when price gets to that area. So you guys should know, if you don't see a multiple areas of rejection, you should also map out areas that have caused an impulsive move, either upward or downward. So with that being said, let's go to the chart so I can show you guys a real life experience. So guys, as you can see, this is good. This is good. XEU USD. So let me show you guys how to map out a good support and resistance. Like I say, one, you should map it from the higher time frame. Two, areas of multiple rejection using historical data. Three, if it does not have a good multiple rejection that you can't see, if it has a good large momentum movement, impulsive movement, sorry guys, you should map that area, because if that area can cause the impulsive movement, definitely when price returns back to that area, you can still see the same kind of push, either upward or downward. So let's go with the first criteria. We'll start it from the higher time frame. Let's go to the daily time frame. Map it from the daily time frame, guys. Let's go. So this is good. It has show upward movement, a bullish movement, as you can see. So like I said, if price has caused an impulsive move, you can also map that area, because whenever price gets to that area, it will also cause that same move. As you can see, we can map this as a good resistance because of this impulsive move. Don't get confused, guys. Trading is easy. You should make it easy for yourself. And you can also see this area, it also has caused this impulsive move upward. So this area can serve as a good area of support, and this area can serve as a good area of resistance. So, and you can see there's multiple rejections at this point. You can see that from this area here. You can see that from this area here and from this area here. So you should now put in your mind that whenever price get back to this area, you will definitely see reaction on this area. Sorry guys, this is what I want to do. Whenever price get back to this area, you will definitely see a reaction. And when you see a reaction, either using your confirmation, then you can sell off from this point down to this support area. So let's move to 4 hours to see if we can still get more valid resistance and support areas. Let's move to 4 hours. So moving to our 4 hours, you can see what we mapped out, this area of rejection, multiple rejections. If we extend it, you can also see that it has also rejected price from this area upward. That's it. That is it. So you can see this impulsive move I was talking about from the daily time frame. You can see, so the key is, if you can't find a multiple rejections, look out for areas that have pushed price very massive movement, then map that area, because whenever price get back to that area, it tends to push price upward again or downward. So this is how to map out a valid support and resistance area. Now let's move to the next one, which is support turn resistance and resistance turn supports. Mind you, I'm showing you guys on how to map these areas, but I've not shown you guys how to enter the trade. That will be a video for another day. But for now, get the knowledge on how to map it. Then trust me, when this video get a lot of likes and comments, subscribes and shares, I'm just going to drop the video immediately. So let me show you guys how to identify a support turn resistance and a resistance turn support. Let's go quickly, guys. So, like I said, this is our resistance. This is our resistance. Our resistance. So, why this is our support, guys. Yeah, why this is our support. So all we want to do is to notify a resistance turn support and a support turn resistance. Now let's go in. Now, if price has been moving within this range, I'll be moving within this range with a rejection from both the resistance and the support, and price get to this resistance. Instead of this resistance to reject price downward, it tends to break through. Price tends to break through from this resistance. When price tends to break through for this resistance, you don't want to just jump into the trade. All you want to do is to wait for the price to retest back to this resistance area. For the price to retest back to this resistance area and move up again, it has given you that confirmation that this resistance is no longer a resistance area. It has now turned to a support area. So in that case, instead of this resistance to push price down, it will still start pushing price upward. So the retest back of price to this area back after the breakout has given you confirmation that this has now turned to a support. This is for resistance turn support. Then in the terms of support turn resistance, is when price move down, reject price upward, then later price break through the support, then retest back to the same area of support. For it retesting back to this area of support, it's confirming it that in this process, this support is likely to turn a resistance. Now, when this area reject price downward again, it has now confirmed to you that this area has rejected price and has definitely changed from support to resistance. This is support turn resistance. So in that case, this area of support has now turned to an area of resistance. So it's simple as that. After the breakout, wait for the retest. After the breakout, wait for the retest. Immediately the retest happens, it gives you confirmation that this area has either changed from a support to resistance or from a resistance to support. Now, how do you trade it? Immediately the price retest back to that area, get your confirmation. If it's for support turn resistance, get your confirmation like the bearish engulfing or the evening star or chart pattern confirmation like the double top. Get those confirmations. Like I said, I'm going to talk about that on the next video. Get all those confirmation, then you can jump into the trade after the retest, something like this. You can jump into the trade from this point. Maybe you get a bearish engulfing from that point. You target 1:2, put your stop loss above the high. This is just how to get it. Then for the resistance turn support, you get your confirmation either a bullish engulfing, a morning star, or a W pattern, either a W pattern or also called the double bottom. So once you get that, you get your confirmation, then you can enter the trade after the retest. This is just how it works, as simple as that. So this is support turn resistance and resistance turn support. That is how to use it. That being said, let's go back to the chart so I can show you guys real life experience. Let's go. So guys, this is gold, and you can see we have our resistance here and our support here. How did I get this? From the massive push. You can see, like I said, an impulsive push that happened. You can also map that place as a resistance or a support. So this happens to be our resistance area, and this happens to be our support area. And also, I said multiple areas of touches can also be identified as either a resistance or a support area. And you can see we have a lot of multiple rejections here, which is the touches. And also, if you look closely, we also have this here. Sorry, guys. We also have this here. We also have this here. Thank you. So if you can see that, you can map it out together, joining it together, you'll find your support and resistance area. So like I said, I'm talking about the support turn resistance and the resistance turn support. You can see this area was an area that was holding price upward. This area was an area that was holding price upward. In that case, this area was our support area. It was holding price very strongly, pushing it upward. Then eventually, this price broke through from this support area. And when it broke through, it came back to retest the level. And you can see immediately it tapped the level, you can see how it gave a confirmation, which is the bearish engulfing and the evening star, and price started moving massively downward. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is just it. I'll go again and explain. Because I want you guys to understand it very well. Like I said, this area was an area of support that has been pushing price upward. As you can see, price tapped in from this area. It pushes price upward. Price taps in again. It pushes price upward. And when price came back again to tap it, it broke through this support, and immediately price broke through the support. Like I said, if you want to confirm it as a support on resistance, wait for it to retest, then get your confirmation before selling off. Then immediately price came back again to retest this zone and give this evening star. That's, yeah, I know you guys can see it clearly. Don't worry, when I talk about the confirmation, different kind of confirmation, you will get to know many of them. Give this confirmation here. And price started selling off massively. So if you get that confirmation and you place your entry from after the candle has closes, from this point, from this area, putting your stop loss above the high and target just 1:2, then you are good to go, guys. You are definitely good to go. Just target 1:2, then you are good to go. So this is it, just as easy as it is. So you can see immediately price tap into the support area, confirming it to be a now resistance, giving you your confirmation to sell off. Price thing came back again after hitting TP, take profit. Price thing came back again, still tap on the zone. You can see now how this zone that was a support has now turned a resistance. Price came back again, tap it, and start moving down again. Not even ending there, it still came back again, tap it on this area, gave this nice evening star, and start coming back again. With time, after the next video, you understand this whole confirmation, evening star, morning star, double top, double bottom that I've been saying. You understand it better. And price came back, gave an evening star confirmation, and moved down massively downward. So as you can see, this is support turn resistance. This is clearly support turn resistance. So now from this area, you have a support, and right from this area, you have your resistance, guys. You have your resistance. So this is it. This is just how simple it looks, guys. You don't want to make it look hard. Just make it easy. Make it easy like I do. Make it easy like I do. If you can't find a good multiple areas, historical touches, then you should look for areas that have experienced a large impulsive movements like this. Then you map it as your support or resistance area. You can see this large area. You can map it that way. So just make it easy. Don't make it hard on yourself. So guys, let's go on as I show you a resistance turn support, because we just did a support turn resistance. So let's go in as I show you guys a resistance turn support. Let's go. So guys, if you want to map your resistance and support, it should be weak to body. What do I mean by weak to body? Weak to body because weak shows a point of rejections. Weak shows rejections. In generally, weak shows rejection because it tends to show that when price is moving up and it came down, leaving out a week, it shows that the sellers are pushing this price downward. So weak shows rejections, something like this. When I mean weak to body, I mean something like this. Starting of the week to the top, weak to body. It's not taking out the full body. It's just taking only the wicks, because these are areas of rejections. These are the areas you want to mark because they shows rejections. That's just it. As you can see, weak to body. Weak to body only. Just weak to body. Just weak to body. You can see I drew it from the side of the week to it, to the body. You can see this is how to map a good zone, because support and resistance is an area, not just a line. I do use line just to make my charts clean, but I don't know where this area are. I don't know where they stop. I don't know where they start. So if you want to be successful more using this support and resistance area, you should be able to map it very well. You are not mapping the full body of the candlestick. I'm going to talk about candlestick anatomy in a video so you guys can understand it clearly. You are only mapping out the wicks, because the wicks shows areas of rejections. It shows that price has rejected this area, either downward or upward, guys. So like I say, I want to show you guys how a resistance can turn a support, because we've already done a support on resistance. Now, as you can see, in the context of price movement, price tap into this support area. Price tap into this support area, and this support area pushes price upward. Tap into this resistance, it pushes price downward. Tap into this support again, pushes price upward. And you can see this same resistance pushes price downward, but not so well. Then price tends to go up again, break through the resistance. In breaking the resistance, now you want to just be patient to wait for price to retest back to that area to confirm it that yes, this resistance area has now turned to a support, leaving you with a confirmation. So immediately price break through the resistance, it came back again to retest it and give you a perfect confirmation, which is the morning star. Now this is the morning star. Let me show you guys. This is the morning star. Price gave you the morning star confirmation. Price gave you the morning star confirmation. Immediately price gave you the morning star confirmation, you can jump into this trade with a good risk management, putting your entry after the candle, after the confirmation candle has closed, then putting your stop loss below the structural point and just targeting 1:2, which is okay and not greedy. You can see, putting it at that point, you are safe. You can see price start moving, came back to your SL, tap into the same resistance, which has now turned to a support level, and move massively upward and keep moving. You can see how this works. So in that case, this price has changed from this point, confirming it that this area of support, this area of resistance has now changed to an area of support after the retest. So you can see this area now has now turned to a support area. This area has now turned to a support area. So this is how to know this is how to identify a resistance turn support and a support turn resistance. It's just simple as ABC. And this is also how to identify a valid support area and how to identify a valid resistance area. If you have any question, please drop it at the comment section. Like I said, I would love to drop videos on chart pattern confirmation, candlestick confirmation, and confirmation in general, and also drop videos about candlestick. But all I want you guys to do for an encouragement is to like, share, and comment. The more likes I get, the more shares I get, the more comments I get, will encourage me to do more videos for you guys. For now, see you guys later.